Good morning everyone! In today's video, we will discover the different types of protists and their unique characteristics. But before starting our lesson, here are the objectives about our topic. Number 1, determine the characteristic of protists and their diversity. And number 2, identify specific examples of protists. Did you know that Antony van Leeuwenhoek is generally credited with being the first person to report seeing protists in about 1675? In fact, Leeuwenhoek was the first to describe a number of macroscopic aquatic life forms, protozoa, rotifers, and others, referring to them as animalcules or little animals. But the term protist was first used by Ernst Haeckel in 1866. The word protist was derived from the Greek word protistos, meaning the very first. So what is protists? Protists are eukaryotic microorganisms that do not fit into the categories of plants, animals, bacteria, or fungi. They have simple eukaryote cell structures and are a highly diverse group of organisms. Protists can be divided based on their methods of movement. Number 1. Some use cilia, which are tiny hair-like structures to move through water. Number 2. Others have a long tail called flagella, which propels them. And number 3. And some use sotopodja, which are extensions of their cell body, to scoot or ooze along. An example of protist that uses sotopodja is the amoeba. Here are the characteristics and specific characteristics of different types of protists. Protists also have various ways of gathering energy. Some eat and digest food internally, while others digest their food outside of their bodies by secreting enzymes. Others, like algae, use photosynthesis to make glucose from sunlight. Speaking of algae, they are a significant type of protist that performs photosynthesis. However, unlike plants, they do not have specialized organs or tissues like leaves, roots, and stems. Algae are divided by their colors such as red, brown, and green. Another type of protist is the slim mold, which comes in two forms, plasmodial and cellular. Plasmodial and slim molds are made up of one large cell with multiple nuclei, while cellular slim molds are small single-celled organisms that can join together to work as a single organism. Let's talk about amoebas. These small single-celled organisms move using cetopods and eat by engulfing their food with their bodies. They reproduce through the process of mitosis, where they split in two. Some interesting facts about protists include their ability to act as pathogens, causing disease like malaria. If an amoeba is cut in half, the half with the nucleus will survive, while the other half will die. And the word pseudopod comes from Greek word pseudo, meaning false or fake, and podion, meaning little food. In conclusion, protists are the diverse group of microorganisms that do not fit into traditional categories. They have unique characteristics and behaviors, and play important roles in ecosystems. Thank you for learning with me today about these fascinating organisms. Now, we already discussed the characteristics, their diversity, and the specific examples of protists. If you really understood our lesson, let us evaluate your understanding by answering this multiple choice activity. Choose the correct answer from each question. Bring out your quiz notebook. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 1. Who is generally credited with being the first person to report seeing protists? Letter A. Ernst Haeckel. Letter B. Louis Pasteur, letter C. Robert Hooke, and letter D. Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Very good! The correct answer is letter D, Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. What is the meaning of the term protist? Letter A, lethal animals. Letter B, the very first. Letter C, microscopic organisms. And letter D, eukaryotic cells. If your answer is letter D, eukaryotic cells, then you are absolutely correct. Number 3. What are protists? Letter A, bacteria. Letter B, eukaryotic microorganisms. Letter C, fungi. And letter D, both A and C. Very good! The correct answer is letter B, eukaryotic microorganisms. Number 4. What is an example of a protist that uses cytophagia for movement? Letter A, algae. Letter B, plasmodial slim molds. Letter C, amoebas. And letter D, cellular slim molds. You are correct again. The correct answer is letter C, amoeba. Last question, number 5. Who was the first person to use the term PROTISTA? Letter A, Louis Pasteur. Letter B, Ernst Haeckel. Letter C, Robert Hooke. And letter D, Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. Definitely, you are correct. The correct answer is letter B, Ernst Haeckel.